Talk to me.
Ready? Go ahead.
What has this tour been? What was the goal and have you accomplished it?
This tour has been, I think this has probably this has to rank number one in fight promotion tours. I've been on a lot of tours, traveling around the world, doing tours, and this is by far the most exciting, electrifying career tour that I've done. As you guys can see, my voice is hoarse. A lot of going back and forth. It's crazy tour. But today is the last day, and I have to get the friends in the UK, what they came out to see, entertainment.
Floyd, can I ask you, obviously there was an incident in New York yesterday. Do you think McGregor stepped below the belt with his comments?
I respect every country. It's a little different in the U.S. But racism still exists. And me, myself, I have a diverse team. I have Europeans that work for me, guys from Canada, people from the Philippines, people from Mexico, people from all walks of life. It's under my staff. And it's all about treating people like you want to be treated. To get respect, you must give respect. He totally disrespected black women. He called black people monkeys. And then, he spoke disrespectful to my daughter-mother, and he spoke disrespectful to my daughter. I'm not going to stoop that low and speak about his wife or speak about his child. I'm glad that he just had a healthy child. That's very important. And he has a beautiful family. There's certain levels that you don't stoop to. There's certain levels you just don't cross. I love everybody, from all walks of life. The UK fans have been supporting me, in my 21-year career. These fans have never let me down. And I appreciate every fan, even the MMA fans.
Does it strengthen your resolve to give him, as your father calls it, an ass whooping on August the 26th?
One thing about me, I can fight. I can't do nothing else. Even though I'm a lot older, I'm not the same Floyd Mayweather I was 21 years ago. And I've said this over and over again. I'm not the Floyd Mayweather I was 10 years ago. I'm not even the Floyd Mayweather I was 2 years ago. But I got young guys that's in the gym, in the boxing gym, pushing me, helping me prepare for this. And I had some good days, I had some bad days. But it only counts when it's under the lights. And when you really look at the matchup between me and McGregor, everything leans towards McGregor. Meaning, he's taller, he has a 74-inch reach, I have a 72-inch reach. He's in his 20s, I'm in my 40s, youth is on his side, and he's active and I'm inactive. And he's a stand-up fighter. We'll see how the layoff plays a major key. We just have to see.
Do you think that in him stooping that low, as you put it, is a sign of desperation as now he's been up against you?
Well, like I said before, I'm the best at this when it comes to, trash talking. I'm the best at it. As you can see, and you guys will see today, once we get out there on the podium, when it's time for him to speak, and he's out there speaking his piece, and he's speaking from the heart, and he's throwing his shots, and he's saying whatever he want to say. I'm going to say one thing. Good. It's called respect. Do you think I'm going to say one thing. I sit like this. And just wait. And then when it's my turn, when I speak, he's constantly interrupting me when I speak. So my thing is this. Treat people like you want to be treated. I don't get upset at all. It's obvious that I'm pushing buttons and he's not able to push my buttons. This is different from any other competitor that he's competed against me, he cannot out-talk me. And I'm, you know, as far as in the fight game, whether it's the octagon, the boxing ring, no matter what you fight, in the backyard, you know, I still have a sharp mind and I have a high IQ.
Floyd, is he the best trash talker he's come up against?
There's been a lot of trash talkers. You know, at the end of the day, he's not bad. He's not bad, but you know, we'll rate him number 2. I'm number 1. We'll rate him number 2. He's not bad. He got hurt.
Floyd, do you have to prepare for these press conferences? You guys just spelling out, you know, 13,000, 50,000, 20,000 viewers just to see you guys talking about. Do you guys have to prepare for these things as well?
I mean, it's a job. You know, I signed up for this. You know, but I really want to say thank you to everyone here. Just, you know, this is my last fight. I can't. You know, it's ruined. You know, just years and years and years and years of just fighting and traveling. And I gave Al Heyman my word. I shook his hand the other day. I shook Al Heyman's hand and gave him my word that this will be my last fight. And I promised him this will be my last fight. So, I thought the Berto fight was going to be my last fight. But I'm still a businessman. And I had to make a smart business decision. And the fans demanded this fight. But it had to start from somewhere, and it started with me.
Do you think that this fight is bigger than the Pacquiao fight?
We'll just see. As far as the turnouts, you know, the press conference, the turnouts that we, you know, going from city to city, this has been by far the best of any press conference. Well, I had a big press conference before with Canelo. I think we done it somewhere like 20,000 in Mexico. So, you know, I've done big press conferences before, but, you know, just 3 countries, 4 cities in 3 countries. I mean, 3 countries and 4 cities in 4 days is grueling. You know, it's a hotel, and you can't go pack your bags. You know, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. You know, trying to eat, trying to squeeze that in your schedule. It's grueling.
Patman, and you did 4.6. Do you feel that this is going to pass that, maybe break the 5 million?
Well, hopefully. All I can do is just hope, you know, and keep believing. You know, the only record I would be breaking is my own. You know, for those that don't know, I hold the top record in pay-per-view. You know, whether it's MMA or boxing or UFC, it's all the same. It's contact sports. And, well, I'm saying it's a combat sport. It's a contact sport. And I hold all 3 records. And if we break it again, it's going to be 4 records.
Floyd, Conor's been very, very vocal about. Conor's been very, very vocal about knocking you out within 4 rounds. What do you make of his vocal prediction?
I don't really, you know, I don't really think about that. You know, I know. You know, just I told him yesterday when we was talking face to face. You know, I got a granite chin. I'm the only fighter, you know, never hit the canvas. Been there with some of the biggest punchers, but he's very unorthodox. Younger, youth can be on the side. We'll just see.
Do you respect him for telling you face to face that he's going to knock you out in 4 rounds?
You have to make me. I respect him as a man. You have to respect him as a man first. I respect him as a man first. As far as his fight game, you have to earn my respect fighting.
Do you think you can make him quit, Floyd, in the ring? He's quit before. Do you think you can make him quit in the ring?
Yeah, I just don't know. You know, I don't know. You know, anything can happen. I won't quit. So, you know, my thing is kill or be killed. Either or.
Floyd, what do you think this fight's got such a negative backlash wise with the return to the boxing world? What do you believe in the boxing community? There's been a bit of a negative comments about it. What do you believe of?
Well, you know, we just call that jealousy. That comes with the territory. Upset. I mean, this is big for both MMA and the boxing world. This is huge. As you guys can see now, every MMA guy is trying to fight a boxer. I mean, a fight like this can only happen once in a lifetime. This is a very, very big event. And, you know, I have to take my hat off to Conor McGregor and Dana White because, you know, it takes more than just myself. It took more than just myself to make this happen. But to make a fight of this magnitude happen, I had to be involved.
Yeah. And it seems like with McGregor as well.
I got you.
It seems like with McGregor, he's brought out the best in you in terms of aggressiveness. Is that something you've particularly enjoyed?
Rather I'm aggressive, I'm calm. One thing I can do is fight. You know, so it really don't matter. One thing the world knows, Floyd Mayweather can fight. When it's all said and done, I can fight.
Right here, Mike.
Well, given the jealousy that you spoke about and how others like Oscar De La Hoya have dismissed the credibility of this fight, what will it do for your boxing legacy?
My legacy, if I'm not mistaken, I should go down the Hall of Fame, if not the best, at least one of the best. But my legacy is going to say that out of all the fighters that was in the sport of boxing, Floyd Mayweather, by far, was the smartest fighter, not just in the ring, but on the outside.
Right here, please.
McGregor said yesterday in the interview that he thinks your interview on hard and you're going to get the fires. As someone who's just a short man in the boxing world, what were your thoughts on that?
I like that he got confident. And I take my hat up to him. That's the confidence that we need. We need more guys. We need more guys like, because they say McGregor has brought the vintage Floyd Mayweather back. They say he's brought the pretty boy Floyd back. We need more guys like the young Mayweather, the pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, the Conor McGregor. We need guys to be more aggressive towards each other and more, trash talking towards one another. That's what we need in contact sports, period.
A lot of people say this all because obviously, he does have that unpredictable style, he's a big fighter. And you think that he's going to cause you problems in the first 2 rounds? What are your thoughts on that?
It's going to cause what?
That it's going to cause problems in the first and second round, because obviously it'll be the style that you're not used to, because it's not a traditional boxing.
You guys know, guys got the best of me before in the first round. Guys got the best of me in the second round. But, like I said before, when I talked about the IQ, I can make adjustments. One thing about me, I can make adjustments. When you look at the Shane Mosley fight, I got hit with a good shot in the second round twice. When I came back out in the third round, I was a total different fighter. So I can make adjustments.
Lloyd, is Conor as great, as confident as he sounds, or can you see something you can tell you
He's a warrior. He's a warrior. That's one thing we know about Conor. He's a warrior. He's going to fight to the end. And he has the same, I think he's approaching this fight the same way I'm approaching this fight. It's either kill or be killed. And I think we're both taking the same approach. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, believe me when I tell you this, it's not going to be a dub fight. Believe me.
With Conor having no professional boxing, how much time have you put into studying his UFC fights? Is there any value in that for you?
I like to stick to the same game plan. If I never watched tapes throughout my career, and the reason why I never watched tapes is because once these guys and these opponents face me, they come with a total different game plan, and they come with a total different style. So, I just make adjustments when I get in there. I adapt once I get in there, and we just see how everything goes.
Are Are you expecting some weird finish him in, or are you expecting him to come out like an orthodox boxer?
Well, you know, the question hasn't been asked to me on many occasions. Are you worried about an elbow? Are you worried about a knee? And my answer to that is, I'm just going to let the referee do his job, and I'm pretty sure the referee's going to be fair, extremely firm, but fair. And the Nevada Commission is all about treating both athletes and both competitors fair.
Right here in the black.
Floyd, logic, history, and common sense tells us that you should win this boxing match very, very easily. Does it surprise you that so many people have given Conor McGregor a chance to win?
Well, you know, I think, like I said earlier, when I answered the question, I think they're going by, he's active. I mean, he's a lot younger. A lot younger. Taller. Longer reach. And I'm inactive. Older. You know, sitting on the shelf, a little dusty. You know, a little rusty, I should say. But we'll just, you know, we'll see.
Oh, in the back, please, with the red shirt.
Yeah, you talked about being older and, Conor obviously being younger and, to body potentially what that could do to your legacy. Also, to take any lessons out of what happens to Manny Pacquiao.
That's why I think when you just really look at fighters' careers, a lot of fighters, and I don't want to point any particular fighter out, but once these fighters face Floyd Mayweather, they was never the same.
Floyd, you enjoyed this win.
It's okay. You know, I would prefer to be back home, working here, because you know I got a job now. You know, I run my nightclub, I run my gentleman's club. So you know, that's a $1 million business. So you know, it never hurts to be there at your club, making sure everything flows smooth, everything goes the right way.
And what type of reception are you expecting when you walk out there in London this time?
I really can't say, but one thing I can say, no matter who's rooting for me or rooting against me, when it comes down to it, fight night, it comes down to the two fighters. So it really doesn't matter, you know.
Floyd?
Yes.
Because of the crossover, are you going to make it on your record? Is it going to be on your record, the winning record?
You know, my job is to go out there and do what I do. You know, he's a stand-up fighter, he's a fighter. At the end of the day, when you look at Conor McGregor, every time he go out there and be victorious and get knockouts, he's standing up, doing what he do best, fighting from his shoulders. The 3 times we did see Conor McGregor come up short, it was on the ground.
What's the biggest thing you've learned this week about Conor that you didn't previously know?
I don't really know him. You know, I've never really, I'm not trying to be funny and disrespectful or rude. I really don't know him. I don't really know too much about him. You know, I heard about his name in the UFC. You know, about him fighting in the UFC. But there's a lot of guys in the UFC. But I see why Conor McGregor is where he's at. He can fight and he's tough, but he's also an entertainer. And a lot of other guys in the UFC are like, oh, well, I'm undefeated and I can fight. But you don't have to get the jab. You don't have a certain personality. You don't have a certain swag. Just like me. You got fighters in boxing. Oh, I got 33 fights. I got 33 knockouts. But guess what? We selling the same thing, but you don't have the same sales pitch that I got. You know, you're knocking people out, but they want to see you fight for free. I don't have to knock them out. This is a beautiful art that people pay to see.
One more right here.
Floyd, there are obviously 2 very different disciplines, UFC, the MMA, and boxing. When did Conor first come on your radar?
I really don't even know. I bet, everybody takes shots at Floyd Mayweather. I can't really say, Because I could have took a shot at him, or he could have took a shot at me. Went back and forth. Then I said, let's make it happen.
Just like to say, Mayweather, that you're an inspiration for young people in England. And I got in here, I'm not a journalist, I'm a fan, and I know about my boxing, and you're a hero, and I really look up to you. I'm genuinely, like I really do, I think you're an incredible athlete, and I think that you kick ass, and I think that you go.
Right, thanks very much.
And I'll be leaving on that note.
On behalf of Mayweather Promotions, we would like to say thank you to all the press for over the years. You've been Floyd's biggest supporters. Gary, for you guys, as you know, we've been around for quite some time. You know, one thing about the UK media, you guys really understand the sport, and we really have a great understanding of what boxing is all about. You've supported your fighters over the years, and you really understand the sport. And from me and Floyd, we both would like to thank you for all the support for all over the years.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in a few.
Thanks.